The sun climbed high above the Indian jungle. Its rays, like golden spears, pierced the dense green canopy. Below, the air was thick with humidity. It was a heavy, warm blanket over the land. Cicadas buzzed, a relentless chorus in the sweltering afternoon. Distant calls of unseen birds echoed softly. A profound stillness otherwise held the forest, a quiet watchfulness. This ancient place, teeming with life, waited. It always waits. The great theatre of nature was preparing for another drama to unfold. The riverbank was a tapestry of mud and tangled roots. The dark, slow-moving water lapped gently at its edges. Footprints of countless creatures marked the soft earth, stories of past thirsts and journeys. Reeds and hardy mangroves clung to the bank, their roots like gnarled fingers gripping the soil. The river itself was an enigma, its murky depths concealing dangers unknown. It was a lifeline, yet also a boundary, a place of both sustenance and peril for the inhabitants of this wild domain. It flowed as it had for millennia, a silent witness. Life thrived here, often hidden from the casual eye. Small fish darted in the shallows, near the life-giving water. Insects flitted amongst the dense foliage, each playing its part in the intricate web. Colorful kingfishers perched on low branches, their sharp eyes scanning for a meal. The ever-present cycle of life and death played out constantly, in moments both grand and subtle. Every rustle in the undergrowth, every splash in the water, was a note in the jungle's complex symphony. This was a world of constant vigilance. This landscape felt immeasurably old. It was a realm shaped by monsoons and the relentless sun. It has witnessed countless generations of creatures, each struggling for survival. The very air seemed to hold memories of epic encounters, of hunts and escapes. Nature's timeless theatre was set. The stage was prepared for its actors, the powerful and the wary. Here, the rules are simple, yet unforgiving. Strength, cunning, and sometimes sheer luck determine who thrives and who falters in this primal world. From the depths of the Emerald Labyrinth, a magnificent creature appeared. It was a royal Bengal tiger, a vision of power and grace. Its coat, a fiery orange canvas, was adorned with bold black stripes. Each stripe was unique, a fingerprint of the wild. Its massive paws, padded for silence, carried it with an almost ghostly stealth. It moved with a fluid, deliberate purpose. Its amber eyes, intense and focused, scanned its surroundings. This was a king in its own realm, a predator at the peak of its prowess. The tiger's intent seemed clear as it approached the water's edge. Perhaps it was driven by a burning thirst, the heat of the day demanding relief, or maybe it sought to cross the wide expanse of the river to reach new hunting grounds on the other side. Its powerful senses were on high alert. Its ears twitched, capturing the faintest sounds. Its nose sampled the air, discerning the myriad scents of the jungle. Every nerve, every muscle was primed for action, aware of the constant subtle signals of its environment. Suddenly, a different form materialized, or rather, distinguished itself from the murky water. An ancient reptile, a mugger crocodile, lay in wait. Its armored hide, a mosaic of scutes and scales, was the color of mud and shadow. It was perfectly camouflaged. Only its cold reptilian eyes and the tip of its snout were visible above the water's surface. It was a relic from a prehistoric age, a master of its aquatic domain. Its stillness was absolute, the patience of a creature that has waited for millennia. This river was the crocodile's kingdom, its hunting ground. Here, it reigned supreme. Its immense jaws, lined with formidable teeth, were capable of a devastatingly powerful bite. Its muscular tail could propel it through the water with surprising speed, or deliver a crushing blow. It was a patient, cold-blooded hunter, an expert in the art of ambush. It lay there, a log-like sentinel, conserving its energy, waiting for an unwary creature to venture too close. The water was its ally, its strength. The great tiger, driven by its need, moved with deliberate caution towards the river's murky edge. It lowered its massive head, its whiskers twitching, its gaze sweeping across the still surface of the water. Primal instincts, honed over countless generations of survival, were now fully engaged. Every ripple, every shadow was noted and assessed. There was an inherent danger here, at the boundary between land and water. The tiger knew this. It was a place where vulnerabilities could be exposed and caution was paramount. Then, a subtle shift occurred. Perhaps it was an almost imperceptible ripple on the water's surface, too deliberate for the gentle current, or maybe a faint, musky scent of the reptile reached the tiger's keen nostrils. The magnificent cat froze mid-stride. One massive paw hovered just above the soft mud. Its ears, which had been swiveling, now locked forward, aimed towards the source of its sudden unease. Its entire body became a statue of taut muscle and heightened senses, a silent alarm raised in the quiet jungle. In the water, the crocodile too became acutely aware of the presence on the bank. Its ancient eyes, unblinking and cold, had been watching. Now they fixed with chilling intensity upon the feline. There might have been a slow, almost imperceptible adjustment in its submerged body, a tensing of powerful muscles. It was a creature of instinct, and its instinct screamed of a potential threat, or perhaps a challenging opportunity. The hunter in the water was now fully alert, its focus absolute and unwavering. The vibrant sounds of the jungle seemed to fade into an unnerving silence. The chirping of birds ceased abruptly. The chattering of monkeys in the canopy died away. It was as if the entire forest held its breath, sensing the monumental tension. The air itself felt charged, heavy with unspoken menace. Two of the wild's most formidable apex predators were now locked in a silent, watchful confrontation. The boundary line had been drawn at the water's edge. Each was a sovereign in its own element. The standoff commenced, a silent, primal contest of wills. Mere feet, perhaps only inches, separated these two titans of the wild. The tiger, a creature born of the land, stood powerfully on the muddy bank, its striped coat a symbol of terrestrial dominance. The crocodile, an ancient master of the aquatic realm, lay partially submerged, its power concealed yet palpable. Each represented the pinnacle of predatory prowess in their respective domains. The riverbank became a no-man's land, a zone of critical decision. The tiger, feeling the intense gaze from the water, might have issued a low, guttural growl, a deep rumble originating from its powerful chest, a clear warning. Its muscles, visible beneath its magnificent striped coat, would bunch in readiness. It might have curled its lip, baring its formidable canine teeth, a stark display of its own lethal weaponry. It was not an animal to back down easily when challenged, its courage as legendary as its strength. It stood its ground, a formidable presence. The crocodile, in turn, offered its own silent yet equally potent challenge. It might have shifted slightly, revealing more of its immense armored bulk. Perhaps its massive jaws parted slowly, a terrifying glimpse of the rows of sharp teeth within, a silent promise of crushing power. It remained largely still, a picture of cold, reptilian confidence, secure in its aquatic advantage should the encounter escalate. Its stillness was not passivity, but a calculated assessment of the situation, conserving energy for a potential strike. Ultimately, this was a calculation of survival, a weighing of risk against reward. A physical confrontation between these two powerful beasts would be ferocious, potentially fatal for one, or even both. The tiger needed access to the water, or passage across it. The crocodile defended its territory and its life. In the unforgiving law of the jungle, such encounters often end without bloodshed. A mutual respect, born of inherent power, can dictate a retreat. One might yield, or they might disengage, the tension slowly dissolving. Nature's delicate balance is maintained not just by predation, but by these intense, raw moments of truth, where the instinct to survive reigns supreme.